Today we're going to go for a walk around our neighborhood. Oh boy! Looks like I'm going out today. I thought I was going to be able to get someone else to do all my errands. Hubby's going to stop at the grocery store for the oranges and marshmallows, and then for party favors while visiting with my friend tomorrow, said friend was going to stop in a place downtown. Unfortunately, they were not available there, and he can't get to a place where they might be available, if they're available at all. Party favors. They're not strictly legal yet. They're supposed to come legal as of July 1st, at which time I will be able to openly proclaim what everybody already knows about me. But for now, we're calling them party favors, because for now, it's still not exactly legal. So, I'm going to put some grease on my old bike chain. I've got a winter bike that I haven't used for 2 winters because I've been too ill. And the chain on that thing is orange with rust. It's going to be hard to drive, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. And I'm going to put this stuff on it. That's the French side. And white lithium grease. So I'm going to put that on the bike chain. And we'll see if I can ride my bike. The difference between a winter bike and a summer bike pretty much comes down to the winter bike is grungy enough that you don't feel bad about the slush and the rust. And it has studded tires. In this case, it's a really cheap version of studded tires. This is my winter bike, my Franken bike. She's got herself a very lovely old chain guard, and I just put on this European lock. I have to remember to wrench that tight. It's got magnetically activated lights, so I don't have to worry about those. And as you can see, the chain's a terrible mess. Whoops. And the lithium grease is the only thing I can think of to put on it. I don't really have anything for it. Oh, I'm not sure that's even going to be good enough. But we'll see. It's something. I don't want to walk. So, we'll call it good. And I'll get out here with a wrench and I'll tighten up the nut on that lock. It's a hub lock. The way it works is there's a little lever you push. It's a European hub lock. There's a little lever you push that slides a bolt through the spokes of the wheel, and then the wheel can't turn. And then you unlock it either with a key, or in this case, there's a special tricky combination thingy with a button that you push this way and that. And if you get it right, it springs back. So I'm going to get dressed, and here's hoping the bike pedals. I'll see you when I get out there. So I will probably run out of battery on the trip, but I thought I'd show you what it takes to dress up for winter biking or walking. We'll see if the bike works. First, a tighter layer on the bottom for the insulation. And then I think I'll go with these. They seem really warm compared with what I was going to wear. So there's that. And then some nice thick woolly socks. Nice thick woolly socks. There's a nice thick woolly sweater. See, 2 pairs of socks and winter boots. And I hope the heck I'm warm enough. I haven't done this for a couple of years, so I'm not dead sure I know what I'm doing. It's hard to remember when you haven't done it for a while. It's best to actually go into winter on a daily basis, getting used to it and adding layers as the season progresses. Because then you have a much better idea what you need. And you don't wind up overdressing. So, is that going to be enough? See, it doesn't feel warm enough. It really doesn't feel like my legs will be warm enough. So let's find another layer of something. Well, these are pretty insulating. Okay. These should have gone on first. But that's alright. They'll go. It'll do. You should always put the tightest layer first. I didn't do that. But I can't get undressed and change again because I got a camera pointed at me and I'm not going around with in my underwear on the camera. I don't know, is that modesty or compassion? I think it's compassion, not modesty. I'm showing compassion for all you viewers who don't want to see me in my underwear. Although I suppose come summer you might see me in a swimsuit, which isn't a heck of a lot more than my skivvies. So, there you go. Layers and layers. I've often thought a really good test for Canadian citizenship would be if you could take your winter clothes off all at once, all the layers at once, and put them all back on at once. Then you should qualify for Canadian citizenship with no further tests required. What do you think? Would that be a good citizenship test? One of the tricks is I should actually have these socks layered on top of these pants, because then it would all come off at once. But I don't go out like this very often these days anyway, so yeah, alright, I think I'll be warm enough. I feel like it. Feels like it. 3 layers. And I don't like to have my shirt on the inside. My waist is too short. This is a beautiful wool sweater. It's Britchers by Guess Jeans. Pure virgin wool, 100% lamb's wool, made in Hong Kong. It's stitched, so it's machine made, it's machine knitted and then stitched together by underpaid workers in a factory. And I paid less than $5 for it at the thrift store. That's the way I like it. So, that's the clothing layers. Now, shall we get on the winter coat layers? Oh my, yes, there's more. But wait, there's more. I'm going to wear this one. I really like this coat. The underneath one is a rainbow wool, and then the denim acts as a windbreaker. So, we'll get going with that. Situate your camera. Set your camera up. Oh, too high, too low. Doing all this. Oh, boy, if you don't tip, that'll be an impressive thing. Let's see. Let my wool inside a wool. Keep those digits warm. Pair of these, they match. Matchy matchy. Gotta match. What? A rainbow hat? Why, yes. How about that? I have a rainbow hat. And you know what else? A rainbow nose scarf. I tie a scarf across my nose, as you'll see, to keep my nose warm. What I don't have in rainbow yet is my turtleneck. Because I'll use this white one. Boy, this thing needs a wash. Doesn't smell anyway. So there's this. And where is my rainbow scarf? There it is. This rainbow scarf is one of the first things I ever knitted myself. I knitted it with a knitting loom as opposed to knitting needles. A knitting loom is a frame, in this case square, with a bunch of posts on it. Little posts that you loop the wool on. So then this is silk. I like the silk because it doesn't have any fibers to get into my nose and eyes, but it does keep my nose warm. With this, my nose won't run. I do look a little like a bandito. That's what's so funny about scarf bans in that people talk about, banning scarves. You know, banning the hijab. It's like, how exactly are you going to decide what's a hijab and what's just protective wear for bad weather? It's, you know, and all of your excuses for why you're banning the scarf, other than saying we want to make it rough on Muslims, are all things that don't wash when you, I mean, oh, we're afraid we won't know who you are. Anybody could be under there. Hello? Anybody could be under here. I could be a Unabomber. You don't know. ooh, I'm a terrorist because I'm wearing a scarf over my nose. I am exposing very little of my face. I could easily walk around in a Muslim country like this and not offend people. And yet this is, not only is it legitimate, and it's necessary. I mean, it's bloody cold out. So, yeah, you'll see the rest when we get out there. Because I got to put my boots on now and it's too dark there. Well, it's confirmed. The bike is unrideable. It's going to need service and I'm going to have to walk. Why the heck wouldn't I take my car, you say? Well, for one thing, smart cars really don't like thick snow. I can do it, but I'm always nervous when I do, when the snow is thick like this. Look at this. Not a happy thing. So that's one reason. The other reason is I'm an environmentalist. And that's actually the big reason. I'd really rather be driving my car. But either way, it's a short distance I'm going of, let's see, Avenue H, Avenue I, and 20th, and I'm going 5, HIJKLM. I'm going maybe 8 or 10 blocks. And it just doesn't warrant using an internal combustion engine to go that short a distance. And I need exercise. So I'm walking. And it's good for me. And I don't think I'll get too tired, even though I haven't done this in a long time. It's been a while since I got any exercise. Well, anyway, Saskatoon's not used to people talking to their hand like this. And I only want a 20-minute video. So I'm going to shut you off, turn you on later when I get out of the place that I'm going, let you know how it went. And see ya. So, even the pedestrian walks haven't been shoveled yet. And take a good look at that road. Boy, the only place I've seen roads like this is Siberia. That's just ruts in the snow, and they get polished into hard, slick ice. And my smart car is narrower, so it can't even ride the ruts properly. But on the positive side, look what I just noticed. Rabbit tracks. Yes. Fuzzy bunnies live here. Winter rabbits, also known as snowshoe hares or jackrabbits. Cool, huh? A smart car in the wild. It's a cabriolet. That's a convertible. With eyelashes. How adorable is that? That's a much braver smart driver. I actually had eyelashes on my smart car back before the accident. And I discovered that if you're going very fast on a freeway in an oncoming wind, the eyelashes bend back and scratch the paint job. So I didn't put them back on. But I still have a set somewhere around the house. And when I find them, I'm going to put them on the bus. So what do you think? Should I put them on the Buddha eyes up top, where they've got that eyebrow? Or should I put them on the headlights? I mean, there's plenty of people that are four eyes, right? That's the old nickname we gave people who wore glasses back when it was rare. So, is my bus a four eyes? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Headlights or the non-functioning flasher lights with their little eyebrow thingies? Sidewalk plowing is legally required by the citizens of the city, but fully 50% of them do not comply. So walking on the sidewalks is a variety of circumstances, and when you come across somebody who's actually plowed, there's often a steep cut down. The really funny thing about the depressed part of town is there are some really beautiful houses around here. And sometimes they're in really bad shape. But then the next thing you know, someone who's got a lot of hope and a lot of heart, but not a lot of money, moves in and fixes it up. And it's called gentrification, but at the early stages, it's just really people who want a nice house, see the beauty in the bones, and that's what they can afford. And they're brave. They're very brave because they're moving in amongst some really ratty neighbors with stuff that can be pawned. And they often get broken into. Look, a Cuban, a Reuben, and a jerk. You want a sandwich? I don't. Okay, so this is one of the main busy streets in town. That intersection. Yeah, that's a big reason to walk as far as I'm concerned. Yuck. And no, the sidewalks aren't cleared here either. I'm noticing one thing. In the last couple of years, people have gotten a lot friendlier. When I first moved here, I thought people were too friendly. And then I started noticing that a certain subset of the population never smiled back, never waved back, never said a thing. And I was all, oh, it must be because I'm white. And I'm noticing that said certain subset of people is now smiling back at me. Not all of them, but a lot more of them. I think that's a sign of healing, and I'm really happy about it. How awesome is this yard? They're looking a little the worse for wear, but charming nonetheless. Hello, little dears. You're such a dear. I used to live on this street. These are really good peeps. They got a beautiful house with a wood stove. The house I used to live in, a lot of people would say it was haunted. I can't say I met any ghosts, but it had a lot of sad memories and you could feel it. The house had a really unhappy vibe, and I was unhappy. And the place across the alley was murderously unhappy. So I was glad to leave that house when I bought my house. I'm happy to say, though, it looks like the people who moved in have been renovating it. At least they put in some new windows up top. That was the house. It had a lot of potential. I didn't. I moved in with a boyfriend, except that I didn't, because on moving day he broke up with me. And my place was already rented. And I didn't have anywhere to go, and it was in his name. So it looked like I was going to be homeless. But at the last minute he said, fine, I'll rent it to you for the value of the monthly mortgage. And you can live there till you find something better. Which is what I did. And after that fiasco, my parents said, okay, we can see that you're serious, that you probably would not be a bad investment, so we will finance the house and you can pay us back at the going mortgage rates. My parents are so generous. And this is what we did. And I'm living in that house today, and the mortgage has been paid off and it's been remortgaged. I want to show you the neighborhood tiny house. This was parked on the street, and I think, did I include it? I think I included it in one of these vlogs. Well, here it is. I guess someone told me to get it off the street. It's here now. And I still think, as a tiny house goes, it's bloody pathetic. It's not that it's too small, but that there wasn't any research done. The design includes nothing. Nothing. Not even a way to get up to that loft. Says he's a carpenter, so I guess he's trying to make income off of it. I don't know, but I'm not going to buy it. Look at this. It's not even properly fastened to its trailer. It's just sitting on there with some straps. I mean, there's so much more he could have done with that trailer. Wow. This is one of the newer developments in town. It's a seniors housing cooperative, and I think they're doing a gorgeous job. The gardens, the planning, the planting, the colors, everything about it. I could stand to live here, couldn't you? I bet you can make some friends too. Seems like a really nice place if you have to live in an apartment. But I bet you can't keep your pets. I don't want to go any place I can't have pets, ever. My neighbor's in that position. She's got a dog, and she loves dogs, and she's always had dogs, and she can't handle living in a house anymore. She's too sick and there's too much, but she can't find a place where she's allowed to keep her dog. And I get it from the point of view of the staff. You know, they don't need to run a doggy daycare. They don't need to be picking up poop. I get that, but she's staying in her house even though she's too sick because she loves her dog. And it's going to be a grievous thing for her to have to give up having a dog. You know, I expect when the dog finally dies that's when she will move. But it's going to break her heart not to have a puppy anymore. I don't know how I'd handle it. Pets are my friends. You know, they don't complain at me that I'm not being thoughtful enough, or that I forgot their birthday, or that I don't let them talk enough, or that I don't agree with them enough, or that I'm too aggressive or assertive or too masculine, or that I don't smell good enough today, or whatever the heck the complaint of the day is. Pets don't do that. When you're having a bad day, they don't tell you to get over it. They just come over and sit next to you and tell you it's going to be okay. You know, I couldn't imagine. I'd be so lonely without my pets. Well, I've probably made my 25 minutes, so I'm going to end the vlog here. So, I finished my walk home. Tomorrow a friend's coming over. We're going to fire up the wood stove in the bus. My husband's going to pick me up some marshmallows. So we may not have anything to inhale, but we'll have something to eat. And I've got alcohol, so I'll have a little fun. And maybe my friend can track something down. Okay, see you tomorrow.